こんにちは、ジャパニーズアンモのミサです。Hey guys! Today I'm going to teach you how to properly say bye in Japanese. Maybe a lot of people already know the phrase さようなら, さようなら. You even hear it in Hollywood movies, but we actually don't really use this phrase さようなら. First of all, try pronouncing さようなら not Sayonara. So you'd write Sayonara like Sayonara. But when there is O, U sound next to each other, you'd pronounce like O. So you don't pronounce it like Sayonara, but Sayonara. And also make sure you don't really separate the sayo and onara and make it sound like Sayonara because onara means fart. Sayo is quite a common girl's name, and if you say Sayonara, it sounds like Sayo, did you fart? Yeah, so make sure you say Sayonara. But Sayonara is actually not really used as bye in Japanese. Sayonara sounds like a final goodbye. So kids, especially if they are in the elementary school or primary school, we call it shogakko, which is like from the first grade to sixth grade. Those kids are often told to say Sensei sayonara. But once you grow older, teachers expect you to say 失礼します 失礼します Shitsurei means rude, and 失礼します literally means sorry, I'm being rude, but basically used when you enter a doctor's room or teacher's room, and also when you leave the doctor's room and the teacher's room. They would say どうぞ, like, come in. When you open the door, you want to say 失礼します. In that situation, you'd never say さようなら because that's weird. Sayonara gives a listener an impression that you'd never see the person again. Sayonara sounds like a breakup line as well. So if your girlfriend or boyfriend says Sayonara, it might mean I'm leaving you. So yeah, if you have a Japanese boyfriend or girlfriend, don't say sayonara to her because it sounds like goodbye forever. Maybe if you watch a war film and you see a soldier leaving the wife or the soldier might say sayonara. That's really sad, but yeah, that sort of time you'd use. To your friends, you can say mata ne, which I often use at the end of the video. Mata means again, and ne is like alright. So again, alright. So it's like see you again, see you later. Mata ne. You can also add the word ja and say ja mata ne. Ja means then. So ja mata ne. Well then, see you later. You can also omit the ne at the end and say ja mata, which is often used by men. Men can still put the ne particle at the end, of course, but often men say ja mata, or they might just say ja or Jaa-ne, or you could even sayそれじゃ, or even more colloquially, you can sayそんじゃ. それじゃ is pronounced like そんじゃ. そんじゃ. Yeah, I'd say じゃあね. But yeah, guys can also say Jaa-na, but I think Jaa-ne is still more common. You can also say bye-bye. I think when I was a kid, I mainly only used bye-bye. And adults can use that too. If you're saying that to your close friends, you can even say ja mata ne, bye-bye, like me. If you know that you're gonna meet again tomorrow, like to your classmates, you say mata ashita, mata ashita. That's the most common option if you know that you're gonna meet the person again tomorrow. Mata ashita. Mata means again and ashita means tomorrow. So again tomorrow, mata ashita. And you can also put the ne at the end and say また明日ね. But that's mainly used by girls. Yeah, so informally, there are lots of ways, but you either say じゃあね or またね. And formally, you want to say 失礼します, usually if you're at the hospital or at school. But if you're working in Japan and you want to say bye to your co-workers or your bosses, you'd say お先に失礼します. So the 失礼します bit is the same, but you want to put お先に at the beginning. This お先に is also translated as after you. So 先 means earlier or before you, before something. This word is really useful, so you should remember. If I say 先に帰る, then that's like I'm gonna go home without you. I'm gonna go home before you will. Or if I'm still working and I want others to eat without me, like before I can, then I'll say 先に食べてて. Or more formally, 先に食べていてください. If you want to be a gentleman and say after you, you can say お先にどうぞ. お先にどうぞ. But in this phrase, お先に失礼します means I'm leaving before you and I'm sorry for that. So in Japan, a lot of people work till late. Leaving before someone is kind of awkward. If you want to leave before your senpai or boss, some people would say no to that. But sometimes you have to, and you'd say お先に失礼します. Sorry, I'm leaving first. You'd also hear this phrase お疲れ様でした. お疲れ様でした. O is just an honorific prefix, and then this 疲れ, maybe you've heard the phrase 疲れた, which means I'm tired. Yeah, 疲れる is a verb to get tired. But お疲れ and then sama. Sama is like san, like Misa-san, Tanaka-san. But if you say Tanaka-sama, that's super polite. Basically, this sama is used for customers. Workers would call customers お客様. They could be more informal and say お客さん. It depends on their management. But normally workers are meant to call them お客様. And also you'd call God 神様. Kami-sama. Yeah, so basically sama is like san but more respected. Yeah, お疲れ様 and then でした is the past tense of です, so like was. So literally your tiredness was. But yeah, it's lost in translation. But you could translate like thank you for your hard work, or we've worked really hard and thank you for your help as well. Yeah, so after work, people often say お疲れ様でした before leaving. Formally, if you remember 失礼します, you're pretty good to go. Informally, if you remember じゃあね and またね, that's good too. So maybe you're thinking, what would you say to your family? If you don't live with your family, you can still say じゃあね. But if you do live with your family and you want to say this bye thing when leaving the house, you don't say Sayonara because that's so weird. Your mom would be so worried. And Jaa-ne also sounds weird. What you want to say when you leave the house is Itte-kimasu, Itte-kimasu. So this itte comes from the verb iku, which means to go. And then it's in the te form. And then kimasu is in the mas form, and the plain form is kuru, but basically kimasu means to come. So Itte-kimasu literally means I'm going, but we'll come back. And you can translate it like I'm off. This te-kimasu at the end is pretty important because when you tell your family you're going somewhere, you want to always put this te-kimasu at the end to let them know that you're coming back. If you're just going to get drink from a convenience store, you'd say ジュース買ってくる. So if you're a beginner, you're not probably following, but 買って comes from the verb 買う, which means to buy. And 買ってくる means I will buy, but we'll come back. So that's how you talk to your family. Always letting them know that you're coming home. If you're the one who's leaving the house, you say Itte-kimasu. I've also explained that mas form is mainly used when you talk to strangers. So you might think talking to your family formally is weird, isn't it? Normally it is, but because it's just a set phrase, it's one. Itte-kimasu. And if you're the mom or dad who is waving hand, bye, take care, you'd say Itte-rasshai, Itte-rasshai. Come home safely. Alright, that's it. I hope you found this lesson helpful. Basically, don't say Sayonara to someone who you intend to meet again. So either say 失礼します or お疲れ様でした or じゃあね or またね Yeah, so またね Bye bye